Good afternoon, Trinity family. Welcome to the next to last installment of the midweek update that I will be doing before I leave you all. My internship is going to be over and done with in just a few weeks, and as a lot of people have been asking me in the last few weekends at worship, can you believe it's been a year? The answer is no, I most certainly cannot believe it's been a whole year already. It's flown by faster than I ever could have imagined. And it will be time very soon to say our until next times, because I don't like goodbyes, and celebrate next week after worship. We're going to have our little get-together, which humbles me how big of a deal they're making about that, but I know that the community wants to celebrate the things that we've done together this year, and I know that that's an important thing to do. So here I am checking in with you for the next to last time, because I will do next week's midweek update as well, and then we will have another regularly scheduled installment the following week from one of our other regular contributors for that. And then very shortly after that, this ministry will be taken over by a new group of folks who will take it in new directions, and I look forward to watching that from a distance once I've said my farewell to all of you. I'm coming to you from the fellowship hall today, and just thought that I would lift up once again for you. I know I've mentioned it to you before here on these videos, but I wanted to lift up once again the wonderful ministry that is done here once a month on Thursdays. It's usually around the second or third Thursday of the month. The ministry that is done here by Grace Vicar and Pat Wunstall, that they have this home meal delivery program that they do for our shut-ins. Grace and Pat on that Thursday, again, usually the second or third Thursday of the month, they spend the entire afternoon visiting our shut-in community and bringing them warm meals at home. And they're usually assisted in that endeavor by folks from the outreach committee who are usually here early in the morning putting the meals together. They're typically provided for by a restaurant a lot of the time. Sometimes they're homemade, but they try to make sure that they're balanced. They try to make sure they're hot, that they have a veggie or a fruit and a dessert, and then they spend the whole day driving around. And honestly, the visits are as important as the food. Now, they're always kind enough to make sure that the vicar has some leftovers, so I'm here, enjoying that for my lunch today. Today's menu includes beef tips over noodles, and of course they always have a veggie, and of course they always have a dessert, and this is my absolute favorite. This is blueberry pie. And so they'll spend the whole afternoon driving around and delivering these. They have a list that is constantly fluctuating. There's people going on the list and going off of the list, but in general there's usually around 20 to 25 people on this list. They'll typically take 2 cars and go visit those folks, and the visits are every bit as much a part of the program as is the food. The food is important, but the fellowship is more important. I've accompanied Grace and Pat almost every month since I've been here. I've had to miss 1 or 2, and I'm going to have to miss today's because I had some meetings this afternoon. But they drive around, and it's the visits to the shut-ins that are as important as the food. They get a chance to check in with the folks who are homebound, that cannot come to worship, that need a little bit of companionship and fellowship, and a simple act, an act that is as simple as preparing a meal and just dropping by, spending 10, 15, 20 minutes, just checking in and chatting. It means the world to these folks. I've heard it from them over and over again this past year, just how much it means to all the folks on this list. That they're reminded that their church community hasn't forgotten about them, that they're still loved, they're still cared for, they're still being prayed for. It means the world to them. And it's a reminder of the fact that our good deeds that we do to others in the name of Jesus don't necessarily have to be really big, grandiose things where we don't have to go into professional ministry and preach sermons and convert thousands. Ministry is also as simple as visiting the lonely next door neighbor when they need it. And Grace and Pat remind us of that every month. Now for next month in August, and this will be taking place after I've left you all, they're going to be having a picnic. They're not going to be doing meal delivery. They will be having a picnic here at the church at noon on Thursday, August 11th, and they are going to offer rides to any of the homebound who are not able to find another way to get here. So if there's anybody that wants to participate in that, if you want to prepare meals, if you want to help out with setup, cleanup, just meet some of our shut-ins and provide some fellowship and visit with those folks, you are welcome to reach out to Grace and Pat and let them know that you'd like to help out with that. So I look forward to hearing about how that went. That'll be after I've left you all. But I just wanted to lift up that ministry for you all this week and make sure that Grace and Pat get credit for coordinating that, as well as all the other folks, most of whom serve on our outreach committee, that help out with the preparation of the meals and help out with the deliveries. We just want to lift up that ministry and make sure that's not forgotten. That's what I've got for you this week, Trinity friends. I will see you this weekend in worship. God bless.